I am Brandon, and welcome to another episode of the shit you care about. You can find me here on this YouTube channel or over on Twitter
@DigitalTherapy.
I won't spend too long, but don't forget to smash that subscribe button and punch that like button in the nose. So we're talking about the State of Play that happened yesterday, more specifically Playstation State of Play. This is the second one we've had this year. I would like to see these happen more often, but they really do seem like they have crunched their format down into a not ridiculous Sony way of doing things. And by that I mean not adding ridiculous flute players or other interludes we don't need into our announcement videos.
Ridge Racer!
Overall, I think this went pretty well for the most part. It was a little lackluster on the content, but the actual format itself is great. They nailed it. It's a lot more like a Nintendo Direct where they just give you the info they need and then get the fuck out of there. Anyway, they started off the show with a indie game called Humanity. It looks like a puzzle sort of game where you direct crowds of people into a goal of some sort by various mechanics and means. It looks like there are different colored crowds that work against each other or fight or something like that, and then paths that push them in the right direction, and I would assume you need to kind of get them from one place to another, kind of like a Lemmings or something like that. It looks pretty cool. I bet it's going to be a great PlayStation Plus game. It totally looks like something you'd get in your monthly PlayStation Plus, and that's probably where I'll end up playing it. But the music was fucking dope. I really like that fucking dark synthwave shit. That's pretty cool, and overall the game looks pretty decent, I suppose. Next, they did another fucking trailer for the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare game that's coming out. I am kind of excited for this. I'm not the biggest Call of Duty fan in the world, but I had my day with Modern Warfare 2, and I've always been kind of interested in the stories of Call of Duty. They usually are pretty intense and got some good action set piece moments. And they're usually not very long, which is always kind of nice. You know, just hop in and, hop out once it's done. Get on some multiplayer. So that's mostly what I'm excited about when it comes to Call of Duty is the multiplayer, but they mostly showed a story trailer this time around. And went over kind of some of the characters you're going to meet or even play as during the campaign. It looks gritty as hell, of course. So edgy you could cut yourself watching that trailer, man. And it's a Call of Duty. It looks pretty good. I really don't think they needed another trailer for this game. They've already showed quite a bit of this game off in gameplay and other trailers, and not to mention they've had like 5 betas and alphas at this point. So I think people are just ready to see it come out finally, but they did have to announce that one of the modes that's going to be coming out for the game is exclusive to PlayStation right off the bat, so that's probably mostly why that was there. It's some sort of survival mode. It looks like waves of enemies coming at you, and you fight them off, I would assume with friends in sort of a co-op scenario. I think they've had modes like this before, but it's kind of, I would assume, kind of the Modern Warfare equivalent to zombies. But yeah, it looks alright. I'm excited to play that game. I definitely am excited to see how it fares, especially with the last couple duties the last couple Call of Duties that came out were kind of meh. So anyway, that game looks cool. That's coming out in October. Get hyped. Next up is Wattam. I believe it's pronounced Wattam. It's from the creator of Katamari Damacy. If you've never played that game, it is a bizarre as shit Japanese game about the Prince of the Cosmos collecting garbage on Earth to create new stars. Because his dad, the King of the Cosmos, went on a drunken rager one night and destroyed all the planets in the solar system. And if you think I'm lying to you, I'm not. That is a real video game you can go play right now. Highly recommended, actually. Katamari Damacy is awesome. Got really funky, cool music, lots of la-las and ya-yas going on. And what is this game? I totally already forgot the name of it. Watame, what shit, I gotta look at it. Wattam. It's fucking Wattam. The game is Wattam, and it looks no different. You look like you're a bunch of smiling objects and fruits and things, having a grand old time, being friends and farting colors all over each other. I think I saw like a camera vomit rainbows at one point. That shit looks crazy. I would assume it's gonna kind of have puzzle aspects to it where you gotta connect certain characters together or something like that to accomplish some sort of goal. I don't know. I don't want to question it too much. I feel like if I read into it too much, it won't be as exciting when I do finally play this. I'm definitely gonna pick this up. I'm a big fan of this guy, and yeah, that looks wacky. I'd definitely keep an eye out for that one. Next up is, oh, I saw Joel behind me there. He freaked me out a little bit. Anyway, next up is Arise, a simple story. It is apparently a simple story about what I think is it looks like a chief of a village or something. He passed away, and then now he's on some sort of journey to go rest easy in the afterlife, I would imagine. There's a part where he's climbing up a big old cliff. It looks stunning. Oh my god, it looks beautiful. Lots of watercolory looking backgrounds, and it looks almost like a kid's storybook or something. But I didn't really get a big idea of how the game is going to play. It definitely doesn't seem like they have a lot to show off on that yet, or else I would assume they would have added that into the trailer a little bit. I got some hints from what you were kind of doing during the trailer. Maybe, I would assume lots of exploration going on. It looks more like a journey, like literally the game Journey, where there's probably not a whole lot of actual gameplay going on. Maybe you just kind of go from point A to point B, and it's an experience along the way. Regardless, it looks pretty cool. I didn't catch who the developer was, but it's being made by Techland Publishing. Techland is known for making, I believe they made the first Dead Island, and that now they also make the parkour zombie game. It's not Dying Light, or is it Dying Light? Yeah, maybe it's Dying Light. Anyway, parkour zombie game, they're known for doing that. I think a new one's coming out soon, but this looks like they're kind of jumping on that indie bandwagon. Pretty much anyone who's a publishing company nowadays has AAA games and indie games, so not super surprising. Anyway, I'd like to see more about this. Like I said, they really don't give you a whole lot on this, and then they move right on into VR stuff, which is meh. It looks like they're bringing the LA Noire VR that has already been previously released on Oculus and Vive over to PSVR, and it looks like they have a slew of other VR games that are coming out before the end of the year, or maybe beginning of next year. Anyway, I'm glad to see that they're still supporting PSVR. They clearly still want people to purchase it, and they're trying to, I guess, show that they're still making games. There's still games coming out for this thing, and I really personally just think that VR needs to go to that next step before it's something I want to get seriously into. But I'm glad to see they're still supporting it. There's new games coming out for it if you already do have PSVR, and I definitely am excited for the future of VR. That being said, this was kind of more the lower moment of the the video for me, just as I'm not really super into VR stuff. But there's some neat looking stuff there. And yeah, I'd love to give it a shot if I ever get a PSVR. So, LA Noire is great. If you haven't played the normal LA Noire, I highly recommend it. So next up is the Medieval demo, Medieval, something like that. I never got a chance to play this back in the day, so I was kind of excited when I saw that they were doing a remastering of this game, because I always thought it looked really cool when I was a kid, and it just never kind of got the same popularity that Spyro or Crash did, but it kind of is along that same line. Definitely recommend going and checking out the demo if you get a chance, and, seeing how it is on your own. I'm definitely going to go check it out probably after this video. Really quick, Civilization 6 is coming to the PS4. I'm not super surprised about this. They did release it on, I believe, the Switch not too long ago. They obviously see some sort of market for it being on consoles. I'm not really the biggest Civilization person. RTSs or strategy games in general, not really my thing, but I know that there's a large amount of people out there who are very into that. So it's cool to see that it's coming to the PlayStation, and in general, I like seeing strategy games on consoles. I feel like you really don't see that often, and it seems like we've gotten to a point where they can adapt anything onto a controller, which I think is great. And yeah, it looks like this one comes with a lot of the DLC, or all of the DLC that's included with the game thus far, and Civilization 6, but on the PlayStation. So The next one they showed was After Party. It's a game made by Night School Studios, I believe. They're popular for making the Oxenfree game, which I never got a chance to play. I do remember getting some hype when it came out. And the new game they're making, After Party, looks really, really cool. I've actually seen it a couple times in passing, like during E3 and stuff like that. But you're pretty much two friends who get sent to hell, and you have to drink your way out of hell. You gotta like drink Satan under the table, pretty much. It looks like you partake in a bunch of mini games like beer pong, and looks like there's a lot of learning about characters in this world and the setting and why you're there. And it looks really, really neat. It kind of has a Guacamelee looking art style, and I'm pretty stoked about this one. I'm definitely gonna be picking this one up and checking it out. Anytime I get to drink in games and kind of have a fun little side experience, I think that's super cool. I definitely recommend looking into this one. It looks very, very cool. So right after the After Party trailer, they just showed a little bit of the limited edition Death Stranding PlayStation that will be coming out for the game, and it looks super cool. I especially like the controller that's coming with it. It's kind of that yellowy gold color that looks like the pod the BBs come in, and then the PlayStation itself has the black handprints on it from the BTs, and it's all white. It looks really, really cool. I wish I had the money to pre-order one of those. I'll definitely probably have to at least try and pick up one of those controllers. They look really, really cool. After that, they really quickly went over the PlayStation Plus games that will be available for October. Unfortunately, one of them is MLB The Show 2019, which is kind of sucky. I personally always hate when they give me sports games for PlayStation Plus. Luckily, they don't do it super often, so I guess I'll excuse this one. And luckily, they are giving The Last of Us away for free, which is awesome because all of us are here for the Last of Us 2 announcement that they showed right after that. So last but not least, they showed off the Last of Us 2 trailer and give us a release date finally. I'll just get that out of the way right now. February 21st, 2020. This is very exciting. We won't have to wait too much longer to finish Joel and Ellie's story. As we all know, the first one left off on a cliffhanger. I won't spoil it beyond that, but it's going to be really nice to finally wrap this up and see what Naughty Dog is going to do next, as they've, now will have finished Uncharted and now will be finishing The Last of Us. So during the trailer, they just kind of went over a little bit more of the story beats, it looks like, and showed off a little bit of gameplay, just kind of some shots of really quick action shots of Ellie just fucking slicing people up, blasting brains out, some good stuff. It seems like during the story, you're going to probably mostly be playing as Ellie in this one, and it looks like it revolves around her getting revenge on this group of people for killing her girlfriend. Joel does show up right at the end of the trailer to confirm that he'll be there, and it looks like he's going to be helping Ellie take revenge on these people. I'm still curious to see what happens and how they kind of tie all this together. But yeah, there's not much else to say, except that snowy levels are fucking trendy as shit right now. What is up with that? The Last of Us, Red Dead Redemption, God of War. There was one earlier, Arise, that they showed earlier in the goddamn conference. What is up with snowy levels being fucking hot right now? Looks really cool, beautiful as ever. Some of that one shot they show of Ellie on the horse with the buildings in the background and the lush green. You can tell that Naughty Dog just has put every ounce of fucking power they have into making this amazing. It's gonna be outstanding. I really don't need to see much more of this either. I'm fine, just leave it there and let's play. That was State of Play, everybody. Like I mentioned earlier, I really like that they seem to have gotten their format down. I think the other State of Plays that we get are going to be very similar to this. They seem to just give you the information you need real quick and dirty. I like that. No flute players in between, no ridiculous crap going on. Just give it to me straight. So I'm definitely excited to see more of these, since we're still kind of waiting on PS5 news to come down the road, and we kind of have all the games for the rest of the year planned out now. I'm not surprised that this wasn't the biggest State of Play, but I definitely think we're going to see Sony doing this more often in the future. Hopefully a little bit more like Nintendo, where they do it every couple months. So yeah, that was State of Play, everybody. Give me your thoughts down below if you can. If you agree with me on some of this stuff or disagree with me, that's fine too. Thanks for joining me again. I'm Brandon. Once again, you can find me on this channel or over on Twitter at FlusteredTomcat. Remember to like the page, subscribe to the channel if you like what I do. It would really help me out. I'd appreciate it. I won't bother you beyond that. Have a kick-ass week.